So I am going to make, before I start the cream cheese cookies, some authentic Cuban coffee, and I will show you the Cuban coffee that I am going to be using. Hang on one second. So here it is, and the reason it is authentic, I don't know if you guys can see with the glare, there it is. You see how it says Cubita and how it has the island of Cuba, Cafe Cubano, Cuban coffee, molido, which means ground. Well, this coffee actually came from Cuba. My son went to visit Cuba and brought me back some authentic Cuban coffee. So I am really excited to make this and taste it. It already smells different. Okay, so what we're going to do is with this little spoon, we are going to fill this up. There's already water in here. So we first fill that bottom part. I don't want to spill any because I don't want any of it to go to waste, because I will probably never get this again. You really have to like pack it in there. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just adding the coffee and packing it down. And now we wait for it to brew. So now in here I have about 5.5 of these spoons, and it must be granulated sugar in order to make what we call the espumita, which is the little bit of foam at the top. So yeah, so I'm waiting for this, and it also has to be the very first couple of drops of the Cuban coffee for the espumita. If you wait for this to brew all the way and then try to make the espumita, guys, believe me, it will not work. And here we go. Are you gonna get on? There we go. And now we do this. So you see how it's not the consistency that I want? So now, even though it's already brewed some, we can little by little add until making a mess. Add until we get the consistency that I need for the espumita. Not there yet. So we continue adding. Okay, we're getting there. You see how this is becoming kind of pasty? Well, that's the consistency that we want, but just a little bit more pasty and like droopy kind of. I don't know if you guys understand what I mean by that, but I'll show you. Hang on. You have to be very careful, because if you go over, If you go over, you've messed it up. Cafecito would not be the same. Plop. And plop. Okay, it needs like a tiny, teensy, weensy, little bit more. So I have to be very careful to not go overboard, because at this point, if you go overboard, you've messed it up. I think I've posted a video, just a video on how to make authentic Cuban coffee, but I've never made it with like real coffee from Cuba. Okay, so this is what I want right here. You see how it's drippy, but yet, yeah, this is what I want. This is absolutely perfection for espumita. Okay, so now we pour the rest into here. And if you guys can believe me, I will drink this whole thing throughout the day, not all in one sitting. I will be electrical, like I will be like a mile a minute if I drink all of this in one sitting. So now we stir. And now we give it a taste. Is good. It's very, very good. A different taste from the Cuban coffee that we buy here, like Cafe Bustelo. Not saying that Cafe Bustelo isn't excellent, because it is, but this is a step above Cafe Bustelo and Pilon and all of those Cuban coffees that they sell here in the States. All right, so now I have the energy to make the cream cheese cookies. Okay, so here is what we need to make these cream cheese cookies. We need 1 stick of unsalted butter. We need 4 ounces of cream cheese. We need 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 egg. And the reason that I have the egg in this water is because it says room temperature, and I literally just took it out of the refrigerator. So this little, I guess, not secret, but this little thing that I do, that I read that you do when you want to bring an egg to room temperature, is that you put it in a cup of hot water, and that will slowly, without cooking it, bring it down to room temperature. So that's why the egg is in the water. So 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. So let's get this going. So the first thing that we're going to do is cream the cream cheese and the butter together. Once it is creamed, we're going to add the cup of sugar. Now we add in the egg at room temperature, the vanilla extract, and we mix. Then last but not least, we add in the baking powder, which is what's going to make these cookies nice and fluffy. I hate that my mixer is so loud. When I edit though, I try to do the noise reduction when I use this bad boy over here. All right, so now that everything is mixed, we have to put it in the refrigerator and chill for 1 hour. So that's what I'm going to do next. So I'll see you guys in 1 hour. Whoops. I was leaving out the most important ingredient, which is the flour. So yeah, we're not chilling just yet. We add in slowly, as you guys already know, the 1 3/4 cups of flour. Kind of a baker am I? We're forgetting the flour. So after we add in the flour, let me bring you guys a little bit closer. Sorry about the bumpiness. After you add in the flour is when you put it in the fridge for an hour. And then I'll see you in an hour. Yeah, I was looking at it and I'm like, there's something missing here. And yep, it was the flour. All right, so I'm going to finish adding in this flour, putting this in the refrigerator for an hour, and then I will see you guys back in an hour so that we can roll these, sugar them on top with the sugar, icing sugar, and stick them in the oven and taste. My favorite part of baking. So this is what I got that I wanted to show you. The apron that says, "Let me bake your day." So isn't it cute? I think it's so cute. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. And I got this off of Amazon. If you guys like, I will link it down below in case you guys want to get it. So now I'm just waiting for the cookies to come out of the refrigerator so that we can roll them up, stick them in the oven, bake them, and then dust them with the powdered icing. Okay, so we have here the chilled dough. I already went ahead and got a scoop of it. I have here some flour in case the dough becomes too sticky. I can just pat my hand in the flour so that I can roll it. The oven's already preheating at 375, and we're going to bake these for 9 to 11 minutes. I always tend to like to go with the lower rather than the higher minutes, because that way, you know, you put it for 9 and then you check it, and if you see that it needs a little bit more time, you can always add. But if the cookies burn, you can't take away time. I don't know if that made any sense, but I think you guys get it. Let me get my cookie sheet. Hang on 1 second. So there is my cookie sheet, and we're just going to place these on the little circles. I am going to dust it in the flour anyways, just because it makes it easier to roll. Look at that, perfect, that little ball. And if the dough starts to become a little bit too sticky, then I'm going to take a break from rolling them and just put the dough back in the refrigerator. But I'm at least going to try to get one tray of the cookies so that I can go ahead and put it in the oven and show you how to finish these off. One thing that I like about this dough is that it doesn't make a lot of cookies. I'm going to have to put a little bit of flour inside the scoop because it's beginning to stick onto the scoop. So maybe this will help. Just move it around in there and take out the excess. And now we continue with our cookie balls. You see, that worked a little bit better. Okay, so now it says with the bottom of a clean glass, we're going to dip the glass in some, it's not taking, some flour, and then what we're going to do is that we're going to flatten them just a little, not too much. And don't flatten them all the way down, just a little. Kind of like that. And so now we bake at 375 for 9 to 11 minutes. As I said, I am going to do 9 minutes and then I'm going to check them. Oh wow, look at this. I think though I am going to leave them for the full 11 minutes. You guys saw that they looked delicious, but I don't think they are fully cooked. So I just added another 2 minutes and then we'll check them and see. Okay, so here we have batch number 1. Look how perfect these came out. And you see the bottom there, how it starts to turn a little bit brown? That's when you know that they are done. Okay, so I'm gonna let these cool, and then I'm going to sprinkle it with the frosting, the powdered frosting. Okay, so now I'm going to take these little cookies and put them here to cool. And I will probably put underneath this some wax paper, because I will probably dust them right here with the icing. Okay, so let's start dusting these with the icing sugar. Look at that. How absolutely beautiful. You guys have to let me know in the comments below if you end up making these little delicious cream cheese cookies. I will link the recipe down below. So yes, please tell me if you make them, and please tell me how much you love them. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is that I took out this really pretty Happy Cheer Mickey Mouse plate, and I'm going to place them on there just like that. My God, I'm so excited to try one of these. So excited. I gotta kind of move you a little bit to the side so that the third one will fit. Come on, get on there. Tomorrow, I'm not going to vlog it because I vlogged this recipe many, many times, but I'm going to make my son Anthony some of the pumpkin pillow puffs because that's one of his favorites, and I want to make sure that I make them for him before he leaves to Barbados again. So, and they return. Oh boy, hang on, somebody's here. It was Amazon. So anyways, they return again from Barbados in April. I think it's April 21st that they come. So I definitely want to make him some of those pillow puffs, and hopefully he can take some with him, even if I have to make a different batch. I also want to recreate these cookies for him so that he can taste them, him and his girlfriend. So yeah. And this one I am going to taste with you guys, so hang on. So let's go ahead and taste this one. Oh my God. Holy crapola. These are amazing. They're soft. Just like the pillow puffs are. Just a different texture. They're like crunchy, semi-crunchy on the top, and super moist and soft and delicious in the middle, and they're still kind of warm. Oh dear God, what have I done? These are dangerous. These are dangerously delicious. Wow. So good. So good. And that's a wrap. This video is done. Thanks for watching.